Our broadcast will begin in 60 seconds.
Go! The Trib Live High School Sports Network is your home for high school sports. We broadcast over 2,000 high school sporting events each year, over 15 sports, and across 10 counties. Visit us online at hssn.triblive.com and find the latest in high school sports news, along with live and archive broadcasts, scores, stats, standings, and more, including premium shows live from the Excella Health Studios. Trib Live High School Sports Network, the official video and audio streaming network of the WPIAL.
We welcome you into Highmark Stadium, continuing an exclusive coverage of the 2018 WPIAL Boys Soccer Championships on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Boys 2A Soccer Championship features the top seed, the Quaker Valley Quakers, taking on 11th seeded Shady Academy with Kyle Dawson, Bob Orquist. No surprise that these two teams, Kyle, are meeting at this stage once again.
Third consecutive year. It's the rubber match between Quaker Valley and Shady Academy. Last year, Shady Academy 3-2 winner. Quaker Valley in 2016 here at Highmark, a 2-1 winner. And Shadyside kind of has the same trajectory, if you will, from last year. The Indians were 14-8-1 overall last year coming into this game. 11-6-1 the mark this year for the Indians. And last year was the school's first boys soccer championship, so another opportunity here against a really, really good Quaker Valley team that has pretty much just run their way easily through the playoffs so far.
Quaker Valley, a 6-1 win in the opening round over Freeport. A 4-1 win over Mount Pleasant in the quarterfinals, and a 5-0 shutout of a really good Charleroi team in the semifinals for Shady Side Academy. 3-2 over North Catholic. Shady Side Academy then shut out Keystone Oaks, a good team, 1-0. Same score over Deer Lakes, who had a really good season in the quarterfinals, 1-0. Ed Ellsworth in his fourth year as the head coach of Shady Side Academy. Andrew Marshall is in his fourth year as the head coach of Quaker Valley. If people are surprised that Shady Side Academy is here as an 11 seed, Kyle, all they need to do is look back to last year. They won the championship as a 15.
Yeah, they were very good last year. I mentioned the overall record of last year was not as successful for Shady Side Academy, but this year has been a little bit better. But the 11 seed, no surprise, they're here.
That was a moment of silence for the Tree of Life victims. And now we get the national anthem from Highmark Stadium.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, give proof
Always love the live national anthem, especially love it here, not only because the backdrop of the city of Pittsburgh is across the way from Monongahela. Love the echo off of Mount Washington, which is behind us here at Station Square.
Certainly a great venue for the soccer championships. I don't think you get much better than, and this is of course biased being that we both live in Pittsburgh, but I don't think you get much better than this view from this press box across the river into the skyline of Pittsburgh. And of course we're fortunate enough to have some pretty darn good venues for all of the District 7 championships, be that football, soccer, baseball, softball, whatever it may be. They've all been at really good venues, all do a great job hosting, and this one, the better ones.
3 straight wins for Shady Side Academy after losing their last 2 games of the regular season against Kiski School and against North Hills. It's 18 straight for Quaker Valley, Kyle. They lost their first 3 games of the year against some good opposition, West Lawn, Wilson, and Fleetwood in a tournament in the East-West Classic against West Allegheny, a finalist this year. Since then, it's been really good stuff for Quaker Valley.
It's been relatively simple, too, for the Quaker Valley Quakers since then. You can just go down the line in their schedule and count the amount of shutouts, and I didn't admittedly do it before. It's close to double digits, if it's not double digits, for Quaker Valley this year in shutout department in that 18-game win streak.
How about 18 straight wins, 5 goals allowed? I didn't count the shutouts, I think. They had a stretch in that where they had 8 straight shutouts, so outstanding stuff. 8 shutouts.
You have to start that streak.
8 straight to start the streak, so then it's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 in those 18 games.
And I believe that they only scored 4 goals or fewer a handful of times as well. It's been a dominant run for Quaker Valley. They have a ton of scoring, and we'll talk about this throughout the day, but this is a program that has historically been one of the best ones, if not the best one in this classification. 2 championships in the decade, 8 in total for Quaker Valley, going all the way back to 1985. This is a really perennial power, really, is how the best way to describe it.
How good and how perennial? 36 consecutive playoff appearances, 24 section titles for Quaker Valley.
That's not too shabby either.
That just speaks to the strength of this program. For Shady Side Academy, they're the lower seed, so they're wearing the white with the navy blue. Quaker Valley in the black and white. They start aggressively on the near side. Fritz Ryder. David Lipton with a throw-in for the Quaker Valley Quakers. Ball is played back to Toma David. We got a David in black and a Navid in white. 2 of the premier players. 16 goals for Toma David, the senior midfielder for Quaker Valley. Wally Navid, who had a huge championship game, scored a game-tying goal in the overtime win last year for Shady Side Academy in their championship. And then another one open. There's the first goal of the game. It snuck through, and it didn't take the Quakers long to find the back of the net. Dom Ryder, his 22nd of the year, just 57 seconds in, 1-0 Quaker Valley.
And that was really easy. It got by the goaltender, came out to try to make a play aggressively on that ball. Bruce David for the Shady Side Academy Indians, and you see it here. It just squeaks through his hands, and then Ryder able to just knock it home rather easily.
Yeah, I didn't even have a chance to introduce you to Bruce David, the sophomore goalkeeper. And I go through his hands. It's interesting that Coach Ed Ellsworth will split the goaltending duties. Normally, David plays the first half. Zach Conti plays the second half. Quaker Valley, by the way, Ryder, 22nd goal of the season. And for Dom Ryder, in the playoffs, he had 3 assists against Freeport, added a goal in the win over Mount Pleasant. And then Dom Ryder also had a goal in the win, 5-0 over Charleroi. So he continues the stretch. 22 is the leading goal total on the year for Quaker Valley for Dom Ryder. Maybe none much easier than that, Kyle. As when the ball slipped through David's hands, it was a wide open net. Dom Lagnice is the senior keeper for Quaker Valley. He's in the goal to our left. David, the sophomore, is in the goal to our right. He's wearing the bright orange kit, black and yellow, bright yellow, not orange, Bob. Here comes the captain for Shady Side Academy, Wally Naveed, with 22 goals. Was talking about him scoring then the game winner in overtime last year here at Highmark in their first ever championship. And he's the leading goal scorer on the year for Shady Side Academy with 22. The Indians get the first corner of the game, trailing 1-0. At the near flag to our left. Played in by the right foot, comes to the far post, and hits the outside of the net. So a close opportunity in tight for Wally Naveed, but he just hits it off the outside as Lagnice was over there. But it misfires, so a good opportunity on the first corner. Goes by the wayside for Shady Side Academy. So now we can settle in. Didn't take long for Quaker Valley to take a 1-0 lead. Quaker Valley, by the way, they're in the championship game for the 14th time. This is their third straight appearance. They have won 8 championships. Mentioned that the championship last year was the first for Shady Side Academy. Quaker Valley gets an ensuing corner now. At the far corner, Frankie Fernandez, who's been outstanding, 2 goals in each of the 3 playoff games for the Quakers. At the far flag with the left-footed cross over David's head, played away defensively by a header, and then pushed forward by Shady Side Academy. The ball is working on the near side. Coming in the attack is Fritz Reeder. Centering pass to brother Dom. That is knocked away to the far side of the field. Tracked down there by Fernandez, goes out over the goal line. And it'll be another corner kick for the Quakers. And again, it'll be Frankie Fernandez. He had 11 goals in the regular season, mentioned 2 in each of the playoff wins. That is outstanding, including a PK goal against at Moon against Charleroi. Again with the left-footed cross, and again over the head. It's loose, and diving on the loose ball inside the crease is goalkeeper Bruce David for Shady Side Academy. So some opportunities for Quaker Valley, already leading 1-0. Ball's played through midfield. That is Kenny Shergill for Shady Side Academy. Knocked away from him. It'll be a throw for the Indians. They try to work it to for the Sam Farner. With the game-winning goal in the 1-0 victory for Shady Side Academy. For Deer Lakes, Indians, they almost snuck it through. Naveed was open in front. Help from his teammates, Max Farner, who has 19 goals. Max Farner, big tall player out there. This ball is played from the right side in on the goal, and Dom Lagnice, who's making his 22nd start for Quaker Valley, plays it on a bounce. Sam Farner intercepts, pushes forward for brother Max. Denied at the arc and cleared away towards midfield. Spiker played with the head. Quaker Valley trying to win possession with Frankie Fernandez. He'll get a throw. In case you just joined us, well, you missed the first goal of the game. Dom Ryder for Quaker Valley, less than a minute in. Picked up a loose ball as it squirted through the hands of Bruce David into the back of the net. Bruce David, Nick Lauer, Wally Naveed, Gunnar Pipitone, Sam Farner, Kenny Shergill, George Groon, Max Farner, Adrian Beckford, Lev Ivanov, and Thomas Spiker, your starters for Shady Side Academy. Quaker Valley tries to get Toma Naveed on the near side. It's deflected away. A throw for the Quakers to Lipton. Lipton up in the air. Chested down by Dom Ryder to the middle of the field. Cleared away by Shady Side Academy. Dom Lagnice, David Lipton, Antonio Brown. Not that Antonio Brown. Not the AB around these parts. Fritz Ryder, Toma David, Will Andrews, Frankie Fernandez, Nolan Carver, Thomas Guild, Nick Kreibel, and Dom Ryder, your starters for Quaker Valley.
He is the Antonio Brown at Quaker Valley, though.
He has to be.
Yeah.
He's a senior defender, one of the stalwarts in the back line. I wonder if he came into Quaker Valley training camp in a helicopter or a gold Cadillac. I'm going to guess.
Possible.
I'm going to guess.
I'm going to guess neither.
But
You never
You
know.
can dream, right? And Quaker Valley again, trying to win their third title in the last 3 years. They were runners-up last year. The Quakers rebounded from that loss to Shady Side Academy to win the state championship. So they got into the state tournament and won the gold medal to end the year. Deer Lakes, by the way, the third representative from the WPIAL, they defeated Charleroi 7-1. Disappointing end of the season for Charleroi with a semifinal loss and a consolation loss.
I think the Monongahela
Yep.
River might have just gotten a souvenir.
It has indeed. That ball went over the fence on the far side as Quaker Valley plays on the right flank. Deer Lakes beat Charleroi in the consolation match 7-1. So Deer Lakes is the third representative from the WPIAL in the state playoffs, which starts Tuesday. They will take on Fairview. Fairview defeated Mercyhurst Prep. Fairview is the District 10 champion. They'll take on Quaker Valley. The winner here this afternoon takes on Bedford. Bedford defeated Somerset 1-0 on the 1st of November, 4-2 in penalty kicks. Here's an opportunity for Farner for Shady Side. Sam Farner rolls it to the cage, easily played by Langnese. And then the winner plays the District 5 champion. That's the winner. That's what I said. That's Bedford. The loser plays the District 6 champion, and that's Westmont Hilltop. They defeated Juniata by a score of 2-0.
Take a look at the whistle here. A little bit of contact.
Yeah,
Give Quaker Valley the free kick.
Beckford is called for the foul. The Quakers will play across the field, not forward, to organize this attack, leading 1-0 in the 9th minute of play. They try to work it up to Dom Ryder, their goal scorer. It's too far for him. And Gunnar Pipitone lets it go out. It'll be a goal kick for Bruce David. He's the sophomore goalkeeper to our right. Plus 55 on the year for Shady Side Academy. Plus 48. 70 goals and 7 shutouts for the Indians. 22 goals allowed, and they were shut out just once. They had some injuries, according to Coach Ed Ellsworth, but they've rebounded, and obviously you want to play your best at this time of the year. And obviously last year's the blueprint, Kyle winning a championship as a 15th seed.
It was, and despite him having the injuries, and he talked about that a little bit to several media outlets before this contest, so that we still have an all-hands-on-deck mentality. And I loved the analogy that he used in the one quote. He said each kid knows that they have to hold on to the rope, and they certainly have had to. 11-6-1 season isn't by any really great person's standards great mark in the regular season, but you find a way to get it done in the playoffs, and 3 wins to get here and continue to have success as a program. I mean, they won it as a 15 seed last year, so you don't really screw around with what they were able to do as the 15 seed, and you don't take that lightly despite them being an 11 this year.
Well, if you get win number 12, it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
What happened with the other games in the season, right? You got that gold medal around your neck, which was happened last year. Here's an attack for Toma David. David centers it. Opportunity for the Quakers, although Fritz Reeder tried to send it through, and Shady Side defends, and here they come on the counter, but knocked down at the midfield circle by Kreibel. Comes back to the D for Carver for Quaker Valley. And the captain, Will Andrews, 17 goals on the season, a career high for the captain. Trying to play. Was pushed back by Max Farner. Here comes a counterattack for Shady Side Academy. Sam Farner was over there. He was trying to go on a little 2-man game with Nick Lauer, and they misfire, and that's a throw from midfield for the Quakers. They try to work it forward to Ryder. They'll just move forward. Another one of their captains with the throw. Fernandez. Quaker Valley was led last year. One of their star players was Landon Grant, who maybe he's listening and he went across the pond, if you will, to Richmond International Academic and Soccer Academy in England as a freshman. Grant in the Leeds program over there is looking to get a a bachelor's degree in international sports management. And Gene Klein, who was the great coach here at Quaker Valley for so many years, is a U.S. recruitment for that academy. Though Landon Grant is thinking about maybe coming back stateside, Pitt, Penn State, Penn, and Messiah College on his list. He was a big factor in Quaker Valley's run last year to the state title. Ball played down the far side of the field. George Groon makes a good defensive play for Shady Side Academy. The Indians get a throw. Ball comes over. Good read by Naveed to play it back, and then they push forward to Max Farner. But he can't play cleanly. Ryder, the goal scorer, with the back header on the near side. Trying to slide down, and there'll be a throw for the Quakers. Working the near touchline. For Lipton, the senior. Lipton to Andrews. Middle of the field. For Kreibel, opposite side. Trying to track it down over. There's Carver. He can't do it. Out it goes. They throw for Shady Side Academy. You see the Monongahela River in the background. The city of Pittsburgh is the backdrop for the championships here at Highmark Stadium. Player falls down, and Shady Side actually, as Brown fell down, had the ball. Good sliding tackle at midfield, but Farner can't force it forward. It's Sam Farner. He has it back. Slides it up. Good ball, middle of the field. Naveed stops. Wally Naveed getting some interest from Division III schools, including Carnegie Mellon. Right-footed drive, stepping to the right and firing it past the near post. It's deflected by Max Farner, or Max Farner shot it wide of the near post. The first good opportunity for Shady Side Academy. Naveed, nice pass. Right at the 20. And Farner, though, just mishit. Goal kick for the Quakers.
Yeah, just a little bit wide. You speak of the D3 interest. Had a chance when we were walking down to see the Greensburg Central Catholic. When we were walking down to see Freedom after that contest, saw a couple of D3
Ryder
coaches
up.
down there.
Ryder hits the post. Rebound. Wide of the opposite post. Dom Ryder nearly made it 2-0. And then the rebound was on the foot of Frankie Fernandez. Near post, doink, far post miss.
Let's check it.
And it remains 1-0.
Let's check it since I was interrupting you as you were trying to make that call. Hits off the post there, then the rebound just a little bit wide on the, almost like a baseball slide attempt there at trying to get it into the goal and right foot wide. And he was not happy with himself after the fact.
That close in the 6th minute of play, or the 16th minute of play, excuse me.
Yeah, but there were a handful of D3 coaches. I know I saw Waynesburg's Brad Heath-Heist down there on the way down. I don't know if he was here because he also coaches with the women's team at Waynesburg, but he could have been here for that first game, but had a chance to see a couple of them here for this one. It's always a good sight to see. I know I've seen several over WPIAL championship events and playoff events. You see a ton of coaches get out here because there's several opportunities to look at several teams.
Waynesburg looking for some talent on the pitch. Waynesburg is really like the feeder program for the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Thanks to Mr. Fratteri, my Friday night partner, sends talent our way, including my partner today, the man to my right, Kyle Dawson. Also worked a successful year as the voice of the Washington Wild Things, as they were the runners-up in the Frontier League. Ball played forward. Dribbling with it, Max Farner. Tries to play it back towards Kenny Shergill, and it's turned away by the Quakers, and they counter. Toma David on the near side. Locked up one-on-one with Beckford. Beckford getting a nice pat on the back from Ed Ellsworth, telling him a good job defensively. He forced it out of bounds. I like that. I like Ed Ellsworth's. He's enthusiastic, and he made a great comment, and I'll talk to it about a second. We were talking about his comments earlier as far as, everyone's got to grab the rope, which is another great comment. There's a cross. That's defended away by Beckford with the head. He talked about David and Conti splitting goaltenders, and here's a steal. Right side opportunity for Toma David, centers the cross, and it goes out the far side. He said that Conti and David Kyle are both selfless, and he said they're selfless even with my unconventional ways, which is a great recognition that you don't often see teams split their keepers like he has done. There's David. Long drive in from distance, and he makes the save for Shady Side Academy. You almost have to be. You want to play, and both players getting a chance to, but the ultimate team goal was to win the championship. That ball's off of Quaker Valley on the far touch, so a throw for Shady Side Academy into the attack zone. That is intercepted by Quaker Valley, and a push forward off the head of Sam Farner. Headed forward, trying to find Max Farner. Back to Sam. Sam is marked by Kreibel. And the Quakers steal. They push it forward. David on the far side. Nice defensive play to turn this into a counter. That was push forward by George Groon. And then it goes out of bounds off of Quaker Valley. So throw on the far side. We're going to get a sub. First sub of the game is Jack Ullman, the junior midfielder. Ullman comes in for the Indians. He's going to go right to the far sideline to throw this ball in and set it up. Key it in from the opposite side. Dom Ryder's 22nd goal of the year for Quaker Valley, 57 seconds in. The only tally so far in this championship game. 1-0 lead for Shady Side, or for Quaker Valley over Shady Side. Back at the defense, Lipton. Long through ball. A lot of white shirts back there. 2 black, 5 white, but Quaker Valley does win the ball. On the near side, it's Fernandez. It'll slide back to Lipton. Lipton couldn't play it. Shady Side knocked it back, and Quaker Valley quickly throws it back in. It's headed up at the near corner of the box. And Shergill was there, and Shady Side turns and clears it out. A throw on the near touchline for Quaker Valley. Right down in front of the scoring tent right there at midfield. Shady Side will throw it in. Warner working traffic there is David, Toma David. Works it back to Kreibel. And Kreibel loses it near midfield to Sam Farner. And Shady Side counters with Shergill. Will Andrews doesn't agree with the foul call, but it is a free kick for Shady Side Academy. Kenny Shergill, the senior midfielder, will set it up, but he won't take it. He'll leave it there for Gunnar Pipitone. Quaker Valley has the 2-man wall 10 yards away. Shady Side Academy with 6 attackers hovering around the 18. Right-footed drive. We've got a pretty good strike on that, but maybe not the height Pipitone needed, and it was easily played near side by Lang Nice. Shady Side in their own zone. Play it back to the D. Pipitone on the opposite side now. Forward to Max Farner. Kenny Shergill lost it. Pair of 10s going at it. Fernandez wins. Fernandez left foot. That is defended well by Owen Martins, who was checked in for Shady Side. Near side pass. Good ball to Lauer. Better job to come back on the help defense by Fernandez for Quaker Valley. Oh, it's the referee. That allows Shady Side to organize. Left side for Lauer on the goal line. He tried to cross. Straight up in the air it went. That ball hits Max Farner, and he saves it on the near touchline. The ball by Beckford, left-footed towards the box, cleared away by the Quakers. They clear it up as Sam Farner tried to step into a shot from distance, and his right-footed volley went way wide. A goal kick for Quaker Valley. Colm Lang and Pierce Diggins check into the lineup for the Quakers. Now we get discussion at midfield. And Bob Workwist, Kyle Dawson is alongside today. Our crew bringing you the video coverage from Highmark Stadium. Jess Levo, our director, Ty Lesko and Megan Masiosi also on board. They've been doing some yeoman's work. 4 games today. What this discussion is about. There's a card situation. We're not going to be.
We've got a good power walk coming over, though, so I can live with that. Almost looks like Jared Hughes running in from the bullpen for those baseball fans in Pittsburgh.
They're coming over talking to both Coach Ellsworth and Coach Marshall about what happened. It's going to bring in some players off because I see Naveed coming over for Shady Side Academy and Lang for Quaker Valley. Maybe the substitutions because Lang, Diggins, and Naveed, who were all subbed, they were in, they brought them back out. So that's what that was all about. Bottom line, you get it right. Long through ball deflected, and that actually had to be a save by David. As it came all the way up, Toma David was there, but the deflection came on the header from Ryder, Dom Ryder, a little further out. It's going to result in the third corner of the first half for Shady Side Academy for Quaker Valley from the far flag. It'll be David, the senior midfielder. 16 goals, 16 assists on the year for Toma David. He sets it up far side with the right foot. The cross, the header, the secondary header from Colm Lang, who did get in there, goes over top the bar. Thomas Guild was also there, went over Guild's head, and then Lang got the header, so an opportunity off the corner. But by the wayside, it remains 1-0. Both of these schools, their girls soccer programs were in the playoffs. Quaker Valley girls, they lost in the quarterfinals to Deer Lakes. Shady Side Academy, they're in the state playoffs. The girls team in 1A, they defeated their rival Greensburg Central Catholic. They'll play Winburn in the state playoffs. Yesterday, as far as football, good news, bad news for Shady Side Academy. Good news is they defeated Sarah Catholic 22-20. So the number 1 seed advances, but they struggled a little bit with Sarah Catholic, and Sky Moore, their ultra-talented multi-threat quarterback, went down with an ankle injury. Shady Side Academy plays Southside Beaver in the football quarterfinals. Quaker Valley, defending state champs, they lost. They were the 6th seed. They lost 31-24 to North Catholic on a late touchdown, so their season is done as far as that goes. Season not done for either of these teams here today. They will head to the state tournament on Tuesday. The question is, who's number 1, who's number 2? A little chip near side to Colm Lang. He tried to dribble and put it into space, though Spiker came back and played that for Shady Side, but it comes back onto the toe of Lang towards the right corner. Did he force another corner as Lang and Naveed were tied up? That's going to be a goal kick for Shady Side, so not a corner for the Quakers. There you see the uniqueness of this venue. City of Pittsburgh across the way, the train in the background, riding past here at Station Square. Trees turning colors. Mount Washington is behind us. You can't see that. You're going to have to trust us. Another foul is whistled. Free kick for Shady Side in their own zone. A foul called against the Quakers. Earlier today, the first of 4 championships, Freedom in girls 1A defeated Bentworth 8-2 to capture the first title. 2 championships were decided Thursday. 2 boys championships, 2 girls championships yesterday. 4A championships. There's a long through ball trying to run to it. Bruce David is going to get there as Toma David was running between 2 defenders. David wanted a foul. I don't necessarily think there was one. I just think that was good defense by Shady Side Academy. Seneca Valley and Peters Township girls 4A. Seneca Valley and Norwin boys 4A on the network. Chip through, headed wide. That's going to be a corner for Shady Side Academy. And that ball was off the head of Guild. Here you see the replay. He wanted to head it forward and headed it backward. So near side corner for Shady Side Academy. Hit it with the right foot, the cross. Comes out the opposite side, trying to track it down over there. There's Allman. Can't get there, but Shady Side does retain possession. Left footing from the opposite side. Comes right back to Pipitone. Center towards the arc. Cleared away by the Quakers. Chipped back up by Farner. Push forward. David. And he's defended well by Shady Side Academy. So did this train just turn around and then go back the other way?
I don't know.
It looks
That's
like
the
the
first
same
time I've seen it go left to right.
Doesn't look like the same train, doesn't it? Or is that just me? Good through ball. Coming up the near side, Pierce Diggins. Diggins goes one-on-one. It's going to be, I think it's a goal kick. He was there with Pipitone. Quaker fans wanted a corner. The Shady Side gets a goal kick. Paul Patera and Lou Rude will come in. They'll handle the rest of the broadcast here. If you're a volleyball fan, 4 volleyball championships on the network as well. 8 gold medals to be handed out today. I believe that's the busiest day as far as gold medals for the WPIAL.
Two awarded today. Earlier with Freedom and Class 1A volleyball went to Bishop Canavan for the 2nd straight year.
They did. They defeated Carmichael's.
Yep, 3 sets. I know Sam Hall was excited as well. So
Ball played in. Sam Hall excited. Our producer, Jess Levo, sad-faced emoji. She's a Carmichael's graduate. Near side throw, and it's a low throw, too, for Colm Lang. A bunch of great articles, and I know if you're watching this, you're on our website. And we had some great traffic yesterday. Here's an opportunity stepping into space. Fernandez, I'm not sure if he was trying to pass that or shoot it. It pinballed around, almost created a good opportunity. Now Shady Side's going to get a throw.
I'll say, though, that's a heck of a year for Jess's Mighty Mikes. To the state playoffs. We're going for their first, it was actually their first ever appearance in a WPIAL Girls Volleyball Championship match, too. And that's not an easy drive from the land of the Mikes to Fox Chapel either.
You come from that way.
Yes, sir.
Being a Waynesburg graduate. Ball in the arc. Trying to step into space, falling down and trying to reorganize with Diggins, but Diggins couldn't quite get there. He almost made a nice little move to get open in space. Andrews to the near side, too far for Colm Lang, and Shady Side now gets a throw in their own zone as the Quakers are going to sub in as we're in the 30th minute of play in the boys WPIAL 2A championship match. Quaker Valley on an early goal by Dom Ryder. They lead it 1-0. Plenty of great articles, great content on our website. Live and archived video and audio broadcasts. You know it if you're watching this now. You're one-stop shop for high school sports. Without a doubt, the best coverage from the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Long through ball from the left flank to the near side. Slides through. Goal kick for Shady Side Academy. Juan Kang comes in for Shady Side. Dom Ryder and Frankie Fernandez are both re-entered for Quaker Valley late here in this first half, under 10 minutes to play. Ball's up in the air. There's Ryder. Beckford wins the header. Push forward. That's a good read by Bruce David to come left. Play that on the bounce. Ball's played up for Shady Side Academy's Kenny Shergill. Shergill on the far touch. Long through ball. Trying to get it up to Wally Naveed, but it was too far from him. Easily picked up and played away by Dom Lagnice. Fritz Ryder down the right side with speed. Wins a foot race against Shearer. Beckford comes over. And a good secondary help defense. Quickly played into Toma David. His cross. Cleared out in the box. Stepping into space left side. Firing! And it slides through. Good opportunity for the Quakers. On the opposite side by Frankie Fernandez. Played right back in for Quaker Valley, and we get a whistle. Fernandez, that's another good opportunity. Kyle was the player who just slid it wide of the post on that earlier opportunity as well. Not sure if that was deflected.
No deflections on the way in, but the goalkeeper got a piece of it.
David did make a save. So Fernandez has scored 2 goals in each round of the playoffs. He very nearly has 2 today, especially that first one, which he slid wide. That earlier sequence, ball at the near post, and then he slid it wide on the rebound at the far post. Quakers steal. Quakers clear, but that's denied at midfield, but it's settled. And then Quaker Valley will organize to David. He's dribbling in, cuts to the left. He finds space. Tries to split a pair of defenders. He does squirt it through. That's a good secondary effort, though, on the defensive side by Shady Side Academy. Turning shot from the arc and a diving save. Back to his right by Bruce David to keep it 1-0. So David very active with the save right there. Bruce David, by the way, in the semifinal win.
See the opportunity again here. I think Quaker Valley might have had a second chance at this.
Yeah, the rebound was still loose, right? You're right.
The keeper makes the initial save on a great diving play.
We didn't get the end of it there. It was loose at that post. It was close. As rain begins to fall here at Station Square. Ball's knocked down. Player's knocked down, not a ball. Shergill, I believe. He's already got a wrap on that right ankle. I'm pretty sure at the end of the soccer season, you're used to having your ankles rolled a couple times. And it'll be Pipitone, Gunnar Pipitone on the near side with the free kick. About 40 yards out, a little bit more than that. On the left flank, right foots it into the box. Naveed left it there for Farner. Second opportunity, but Sam Farner couldn't settle cleanly. Quakers play it up and out of the zone. Martin's on the far side. This pass is behind Sam Farner, the freshman. Max, the senior, as far as those brothers. You see a tugboat in the background, pushing some barges through. Another part of the unique venue, which is home to the Pittsburgh River Hounds. They lost in the playoffs this year. Sometimes home to Pittsburgh Central Catholic. Home to the WPIAL Soccer Championships. Other games are played here during the year as well. It's a great venue at Station Square. A whistle near midfield, and it's going to be another. It's a free kick it's a throw. As Caleb Massey, the sophomore forward, is in for Shady Side Academy. They trail 1-0. Quaker Valley got a goal in the first minute of play. Dom Ryder, 57 seconds in, his 22nd of the year. Push forward. It'll be Sam Farner. For brother Max, can he run it down? Even with those big, long legs and the strides, he can't. He gets a little turf burn for his efforts. And it'll be a goal kick for Quaker Valley. field turf here. You can see Farner in the background looking at his left thigh. That's a battle scar. Steal by Quaker Valley on the near side. Toma David pushes forward. Ryder. Oh, he had two men attacking near side. Fritz Ryder and Toma David, and it slid past both of them. That would have been an opportunity. Fritz Ryder had some good speed coming to that ball. Here's a steal for Navid. Navid pushes it ahead. And foul call against Max Farners. He went for the ball and kind of got his hands on the Quaker Valley defender, one of their captains, Nolan Carver. And Carver's a little bit shaken up. Soccer players. I'm not going to say it out loud, but I'm thinking embellishment. Okay, I said it out loud. I mentioned that I was watching soccer earlier this morning before coming to Highmark Stadium, and some of the players at the next level, you would look and think that they were hurt really bad. It's part of the gamesmanship, though. Throw from the far side for Frankie Fernandez as we're under 3 minutes to go in the first half. Actually, no, they're going to go corner. So they do move it up to the opposite flag for Fernandez from the far corner to our right. Fernandez left foot at short corner along the goal line into Ryder. Dom Ryder back to Fernandez, who resets. Now he crosses it in and diving out, still loose and cleared away as Bruce David got his hands on that opportunity for Quaker Valley. David's been very aggressive. I'm sure, Kyle, he would like to have that early play back that slipped through his hands. Other than that, he's played pretty well. He's been the more active of the two goalies.
Well, even aggressive on that first play, too, that resulted in the goal coming out to try and make the play.
He's been way more active than Dom Lagnice has had to be. Far side throw as we're in the 79th minute of play, or the 39th. That would be second half numbers, Bob. We haven't gotten quite that far yet. That's got to be a handball. It is. As Navid tried to go up and get it, it'll be a freebie for the Quakers. 10 yards into the attack zone. Maybe not as inadvertent as I thought. So the free kick coming to the near side, headed in front. It's loose. It bouncing around. Then there's a big scramble. Quaker Valley had two opportunities. Fritz Ryder had the second one. David got his hands on one of them, and the defense blocked it, and it remains 1-0.
You're going to want to see this again. Played in front, a lot of traffic in front of the net. Goalkeeper sprawling on the ground, got his hand on the one, then his foot on the second one to make a save. That is phenomenal play by David.
I want to think Pipitone got his foot on that, on the line too. David scrambling around, and a whole bunch of white jerseys at the goal line to our right keep it 1-0. So the Quakers game close, but the Shady side denies. You see Ryder. I think that's a good call. Ryder kind of knocked into Navid, and then he fell over. Navid kind of pulled him down afterwards. Ryder with the international soccer, where's the call? Palms outstretched. As we head to the final 10 seconds of the first half.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Dom Ryder for Quaker Valley scored 57 seconds into this match. That's the only goal of the first half. Quaker Valley, the number 1 seed, leading 11-seeded Shadyside Academy, 1-0. We'll take a break. Be back with a first half recap right after this. You're watching exclusive coverage of the 2018 Boys Soccer Championships. It's only here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Excella Health wants to know, how can we help you today? Can we help you find a doctor? Schedule a same-day appointment. Choose just the right service for your health concern? As your healthcare partner, Excella offers hundreds of primary care and specialty doctors, along with outpatient testing, rehab, and nationally recognized heart care, surgery, and orthopedics. To learn more, visit excellahealth.org or call 1-877-771-1234.
What can you expect at Seton Hill University?
An opportunity to transform the future.
A leader in innovative and mobile technology.
A personalized education tailored to your interests and your goals.
A welcoming community.
A big step up to your dream career.
As a nationally recognized Catholic liberal arts university, Seton Hill pushes your education, your abilities, and your career to a higher level. Seton Hill University. This way up for progress, possibility, and a brighter future.
Mr. Magic is Pittsburgh's premier car wash. We combine the latest technology, equipment, and detergents to give your car that showroom shine. Stop by any one of our 5 locations or visit us online at MrMagicCarWash.com.
People ask what drives me. It's the respect I have for my opponents, the trust I have in my teammates, a coach who treats me with dignity, and a university that has faith in me on and off the field. That's what keeps me focused, why I practice harder. Play my heart out. I play to win. I play for Carlo. Tell us your story using #WhatDriveYou.
Carlo University is a proud sponsor of the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
The National Aviary really is a really important staple for Pittsburgh and for the nation, being the nation's aviary and being an institution that works to save birds and protect their habitats.
Back at Highmark Stadium at Station Square, Bob Orquist, Kyle Dawson on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Exclusive video coverage of the 2018 WPIAL Boys 2A Soccer Championships. 1-0. Quaker Valley leading Shady Side Academy. Our crew working hard today, all day. Jess Levo, the director, Ty Lesko, and Megan Masiosi. I will grant you guys an extra hour of sleep over this weekend. I have that power, and they've earned it. Has nothing to do with resetting the clocks. It's all
It's all
my appreciation to how they're working. Appreciation for the early goal, Kyle, as Quaker Valley didn't take long for the Quakers to get up in this contest on the Don Ryder goal early.
Yep, 57 seconds in. Let's take a look. It was a long ball from about midfield that Ryder ended up having it bounce off the goalkeeper David, and Ryder just punches it in. Pretty simple for Quaker Valley. Since then, relatively well played by both teams. A couple opportunities for Shady Side, a couple opportunities for Quaker Valley, but nothing in the goal.
Third straight year these two teams have met in the finals. In 2016, Quaker Valley defeated Shady Side Academy 2-1, and they won their 8th WPIAL championship. And then last year, Quaker Valley was leading late. Wally Naveed scored on a bicycle kick to tie the game up 2-2, and then he scored the game winner in the second overtime. That got Shady Side their first ever WPIAL Boys Soccer Championship last year here at Highmark Stadium. As far as the state playoff goes, these two teams are in, along with Deer Lakes in Boys 2A. Deer Lakes winning the section championship this year. They defeated Charleroi. Deer Lakes will take on Fairview in the state playoffs on Tuesday. The winner of today's match takes on Bedford, and the loser takes on Westmont Hilltop on Tuesday. I want to let you know this match and the broadcast rights to this match are the sole and exclusive property of the WPIAL and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Any broadcast of this game is intended exclusively for the benefit of the listening audience. Any use, rebroadcast, or distribution of this broadcast without the express written consent from the WPIAL and the Trib Live High School Sports Network is strictly prohibited. Even though Shady Side's the 11th seed, I think this first half, the first 40 minutes, played out kind of what I expected, maybe except for the early goal. These two teams play pretty good defense. 12 goals allowed on the season for Quaker Valley, and just 5 during this 18-game winning streak, now 18 and a half games, allowing just 5 goals. And Shady Side Academy has allowed just 22 goals on the season. And, of course, familiarity, the cliche is it breeds contempt. Not sure if contempt is kind of a strong word, Kyle, but, a respectable rivalry going on between the Indians and the Quakers, obviously meeting the last 3 years in the championship.
Yeah, good rubber match today, and they've both taken one of those previous two, and Quaker Valley with the edge early in this one after a half. But, by the way, both of those have been one-goal games, so no surprise here that it's being relatively well played on both sides defensively.
Raindrops on the camera, and it's raining a little bit here at Station Square. We're at the half, and we're going to take a break. Shady Side Academy, Quaker Valley, the boys 2A soccer championship. Quakers won, Indians nothing. You're watching exclusive coverage of the 2018 boys soccer championships. It's only here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Mr. Magic is Pittsburgh's premier car wash. We combine the latest technology, equipment, and detergents to give your car that showroom shine. Stop by any one of our 5 locations or visit us online at MrMagicCarWash.com.
What can you expect at Seton Hill University?
An opportunity to transform the future.
A leader in innovative and mobile technology.
A personalized education tailored for your interests and your goals.
A welcoming community.
A big step up to your dream career.
As a nationally recognized Catholic liberal arts university, Seton Hill pushes your education, your abilities, and your career to a higher level. Seton Hill University. This way up for progress, possibility, and a brighter future.
Visit and shop at 380 Discount Warehouse, Western Pennsylvania's original discount warehouse where everything's under one roof. Auto and truck parts, accessories, maintenance, and cleaning supplies. Hand tools, power tools, and air tools. Lawn and garden, tools, supplies, seeds, and plants. Pet and wildlife supplies and food. Seasonal and holiday decorations. Bulk goods such as nuts and bolts, chains and rope, seeds, and candy. And don't forget our huge selection of furniture. On the web at shop380.com, on the road on Route 380 in Marysville.
Trib Live has a little something for everyone. Sports from high school to the pros. News from across the street and around the world. Arts and entertainment, lifestyles, opinion, weather, photo galleries, video. You can even find your next job, house, and car. So look alive, Pittsburgh, and get the news you want and information you need all in one place. TribLive.com. TribLive.com. News and more 24/7.
High school is a time for that kind of exploration. In our global society, arts areas are able to come together in new ways and create new kinds of art. We really encourage that kind of collaboration.
At Station Square, Highmark Stadium. Bob Orquist, Kyle Dawson, 1-0 lead for Quaker Valley over Shady Side Academy, the WPIAL Boys 2A Soccer Championship. Congratulations to Franklin Regional, the boys Panthers, and Avonworth, the Antelopes. They captured championships earlier in the week. Congratulations on the girls' side to South Park, another championship. Oakland Catholic, their first yesterday, and earlier today, the Freedom Bulldogs captured their second championship in 3 years, defeating Bentworth. Seneca Valley, they will come in and take over Highmark Stadium the rest of the afternoon, as will Paul Patera and Lou Root. Seneca Valley girls play Peters Township in the girls 4A championship, and the boys play Norwin in the boys 4A championship. Those will both be video streamed here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. This match, an early goal by Dom Reeder. Ryder, 57 seconds in. That's where we stood since. Good opportunities, more better opportunities for Quaker Valley. As you see the city in the background, there's Quaker Valley getting ready for the second half. Will Andrews, their fourth-year head coach.
I'll tell you what, too, I dig the jerseys.
Or Andrew Marshall, excuse me. Well, from a broadcast perspective, I like
That's
both
all I
sets,
care about,
right?
yeah.
White numbers on black and blue numbers on white. Yeah, we'll take that anytime.
They don't need to look good for me as long as I can read the numbers.
It will be Zach Conti in the orange kit in the goal to our left for the second half. The Shady side will move left to right. Quaker Valley in the black and white will move right to left across your computer screen. Zach Domlagnese heading out there. Quaker Valley trying to get their 14th shutout of the season. They're 40 minutes away from another championship. Things could change, though. Shady Side Academy would sure love to get back-to-back championships. By the way, Ed Ellsworth, who's in his fourth year as the head coach of Shady Side Academy, he took over, led them to their championship last year. He was an assistant head coach of Pine Richard for 10 years, and he currently is the head coach at Arsenal Football Club for the under 10 to 18s. He's been that since 1999. He's led that squad to 8 Pennsylvania West State championships. I think Wally Naveed plays for him on that squad. 20 of the all-section players at Shady Side, 3 all WPIAL players have all been trained by Coach Ellsworth. So that is why this program is on the upswing in the championship game for the third straight year. 2 good programs. Quaker Valley with the long history mentioned in our open. 36 straight playoff appearances and 24 section titles. They've been in the playoffs longer than Kyle's been on this earth.
It's true. No hiding.
There's a step in, centering pass, trying to find Naveed at the arc. Defended well by the Quakers, played back to midfield. Maybe Shady Side goes for the early equalizer. As Quaker Valley got the game's first goal 57 seconds in, the game's only goal 57 seconds in by Dom Ryder. Ball is out on the far side. Quakers will get a throw in their own zone. They'll just move up about 15 yards. Again, throwing on the far touchline. There's Andrews, one of the captains. They gets a second opportunity, pushes forward. Dom Ryder knocked down. Foul is called. Oh, that's a Shady Side quick start, and they take advantage of it. They're attacking down the left side. Are they get a foul in the box? No. They wanted one. That was a quick counterattack. I thought it was a Shady Side foul at midfield. It turned into a quick counterattack for Shergold coming down the left side.
See the contact in the penalty area there. Thought there may have been a foul called, but nothing. Just a throw for Shady Side.
That's always when a foul happens in the box or contact happens, not a foul in that case. Both squads, that's where everyone's breath is held. Centering pass, defended nicely by Antonio Brown for the Quakers. They clear. The Shady Side, maybe with a new strategy here, some adjustments. They've come out attacking here in the second half. Trailing 1-0. They've pushed the pace in the early going here in the second 40. Ball played up the near sideline, and Grun back defensively for Shady Side. It's played out. It's going to be a near side throw for Nolan Carver, another one of the captains for Quaker Valley. Right in front of their student section to our left. Centering pass on the through ball was knocked away, cleared away, but Naveed couldn't get everything on it. Andrews was able to track it down and reorganize with Ullman. Or check it, Brown on the near side to Andrews. Give and go, nice touch. Near side, played away. Good little touch pass for Fernandez and Andrews as they organize down the near sideline. Quakers will get a throw on the near touch. about 15 yards out. They'll play it back out to Kreibel. His centering pass is deflected. Cleared away by Shady side. Back out it comes to Carver. Carver to the near side of Frankie Fernandez. Fernandez to the left goal line, runs out of space. He did center it, but it was after the ball went out of bounds, so a goal kick for Zach Conti. And then Fernandez has the hot foot, I guess you could say. Usually you would say the hot hand, but can't really do that in this game. 2 goals in each of the playoff wins for Quaker Valley so far in 2018. Hasn't scored here today. Had some golden opportunities, though. Here's a steal. Naveed works his way through. Cleared out, though, as they tried to get it to Farner. And that was just stood up well at the back line for Quaker Valley. 2 players there, Lipton and Guild, denied the big, tall Max Farner an opportunity. Here comes the counter for the Quakers. They play too far ahead. David and Naveed were tied up. Ball worked to Fernandez, left-footed cross. Oh, it hits the top of the net. That little chip, little sneaky, nifty play by Frankie Fernandez. Just couldn't find the far side.
Just kept going up on him a little bit. Trajectory up onto the top of the net. Almost Conti's first opportunity at a save there.
You can see him backpedaling, Conti. As that left-footed chip came from the near side of the box for Fernandez. That's another good opportunity for the junior. He had 11 goals during the regular season. He's up to 17 now with 6 in the postseason. Ball's played back to Dom Lagnies. Lagnies will work it up. Goaltenders like to do that. Like to get involved. But interesting, and you only get this in a soccer match. Worst is the goalkeeper for Avon or for West Allegheny, and in the, I believe it was the semifinals against Mars. No, he stopped the opposite keeper on a PK in the shootout, and then he scored the game-winning goal. That's a night. That's a night for a keeper, right? That's the night you want to have, even though they end up losing in the championship. Almost knocked down at midfield. What's that on the? Just some litter out there. I was wondering what that was. I thought it might have been a piece of equipment. Working through midfield, trying to push that forward was Martins for Shady side. Martins and Naveed, they double team David, and it's a foul against Shady Side Academy. Blue skies are reappearing here at Station Square. Ball pushed through Ryder to David. He's in. Saved by Conti. Loose ball in the box, cleared away by Beckford. Good challenge. Toma David, the 16-goal scorer, got open. And Zach Conti with his first save, a big one. He's pumped up for Shady Side Academy. David nearly made it 2-0.
They should be pumped up. The way this game has gone, it just seems like a second goal for Quaker Valley at this stage may really be all she wrote, just because Shady Side hasn't had a ton of opportunity. But that is a great save. Coming out a little bit aggressive to make the play on it.
Down low, yeah.
Slide tackle to make one out.
Make another save as he came out to challenge Toma David, who came down the left side. It's going to result in a corner for Quaker Valley. This one down low. Good dribbling on both opportunities for Toma David. Zach Conti was up to the task. Welcome to the game, Zach. Near side corner, left-footed by Fernandez. Conti comes out. It's backheeled. It's loose. Lipton couldn't fire it for the Quakers. Andrews is hit from behind. No foul is called. Ball is cleared up and out by the Indians. It remains 1-0. David comes through the midfield. Play it out of bounds on the near sideline. That'll be Lipton with the throw in. Trying to get it up to Shergold, excuse me. Good sliding tackle by Quaker Valley, but out it goes on the near sideline. So Shady side gets a throw for Owen Martins, who cheats a little bit too far. So they move him back. His throw in is deflected up in the air to the near side. Back out, long right-footed strike on the chip. Over top the net it goes by Sam Farner. And it'll result in a goal kick for Quaker Valley from the near side of the box, just outside of the box for Sam Farner. Sam Farner and his brother Max. Max had the only goal in the 1-0 win over Deer Lakes. Coach Ellsworth said that Max Farner's called him, he's the most improved player over 4 years I've ever been around. He's been a focal point on several pushes for Shady side here this afternoon. As we're in the 50th minute of play, 57 seconds in, Dom Ryder had the only goal. Lev Ivanov is in for Shady Side Academy. It was knocked down, played back. Beckford trying to dribble through the midfield. Uses his body, and that's a good foul call. He got into Fisher Hemwall. No, check it wasn't Hemwall, it was Fernandez. I agree with your comment after that David opportunity, the first one, Kyle. That second goal, if the Quakers would have got it there, it would have seemed huge. Just kind of the feel we've got going on here. Step over, right-footed drive, hits the bar. Up in the air, it's still loose, and Lagnice finally comes down with it. Wally Navid from distance nearly tied this match. Stepped over and drilled it from the right foot off the bar. Navid is the leading goal scorer for the Indians. He's the player you want to have take those opportunities. The Shady side has been pretty good in the second half, and Quaker Valley is of late had the opportunities, especially with Toma David. Ball chested down, and there's David. On cue, slides it over towards Andrews on the opposite side. He leaves it. Played back towards midfield. Kreibel will organize. He'll look left, come left, drop it back. Andrews right foots it wide. That was a good set piece. David knew that Andrews was about 25 yards out, but he couldn't get a clean strike, and it ends up in a goal kick for Zach Conti. Come the Quakers. Dom Ryder, the goal scorer, pushes forward. Too far for David. And another goal kick forthcoming for Shady Side Academy. You're really quiet there for a second.
I didn't even have it muted.
Splendid. Not you. I'm talking just the whole
venue.
The
whole venue just.
It was like everyone just took
I felt like I needed to take one too.
Just took a pause there to reflect and reset and re-energize. Great fall, even despite the fact that we've had some drizzle at several periods. Pretty nice fall afternoon and morning for soccer here at Highmark Stadium. After that sequence there was a little bit of a scrum and ends up in a Shady Side foul, so a free kick in their own zone for Quaker Valley. And now Quakers at midfield, just inside of midfield. We'll get a near side throw. Near touchline for Nolan Carver. Kreibel Good counter. Here come the Indians. Shergel, excuse me. Near side. He had some support in the Naveed. It's put back to the back post, and getting there before the ball comes through was Dom Lagnice. Had to be careful because Max Farner was lurking. That was a cross from Ivanov for Shady Side Academy. Back heel by Ryder, and he tried to retrieve. It's well played on the far side defensively by Pipitone for Shady Side Academy. And now a midfield throw for the Quakers. And now they'll move forward, working the left flank. This is the case a lot of times in soccer. You just work or throws up till you get closer. Comes back to the near side. Carver tried to chip it up for David, couldn't get there. And now we'll throw it back a little bit towards midfield. Nolan Carver will key it in. Well played defensively by Owen Martins for Shady Side Academy. Here comes David out of his own zone with the right foot, trying the through ball up ahead for Max Farner to the left side, but Dom Lagnice is going to get there first. He picks it up, scoops it up off the turf before Farner could get there. Good through ball opportunity for Shady Side Academy, trailing 1-0 in the 56th minute of play. Only goal of the game, Dom Ryder for Quaker Valley, 57 seconds in. So far, the Quakers have made that stand up. Well, there's a cross by Naveed. Shergel was there, but really, unless that was a misplay by Lagnice, there was no way he was getting that cross. Lagnice played it cleanly. Sam Farner heads it far side to Shergel. Tries to go back on a give and go. It comes to Andrews. Andrews will play back to the defense, and they'll reorganize. The Quakers will with Lipton. Ball was intercepted. Counterattack. Naveed works his way through. Naveed still coming to the right. Slides it right, but can't get it to Ivanov. Out it goes. We need the Gateway Clipper to have that on cue when a goal is scored.
That'd be good. That'd be a good goal horn.
That would be perfect goal horn for this venue.
No, there's some people on this one, on the top of it, coming by.
You can hear it in the background.
I feel like it's an ice cream truck, almost. Tell them to stop.
You know what? No, I'm wanting some ice cream.
Tell them to stop.
Forward.
We'll get some.
Shady Side Academy, you'd like a goal to tie this game up.
Never too cold for ice cream, Jess Levo.
Was knocked down, step over. Naveed still trying to win the battle, and he does. Pushes forward on the near side. He gets a step on Nolan Carver. It's up in the air. The big, tall Farner and Lagnice go at it, and it's shipped high in the air by Brown. Good job by Naveed to start that attack by winning the one-on-one battle against Nolan Carver. But they couldn't get it into Max Farner to try to tie this game.
Well, apparently the Gateway Clipper didn't like being here. They turned around. But
that was the quickest cruise ever on the Gateway Clipper.
You see the opportunity here for Shady Side. They got chipped up at the net. They must have found out that we wanted their ice cream. Turned around.
That's good news if they're going to bring it up.
I'm one to believe that it helps a scratchy throat with ice cream. So
I'm going to second that. We got a foul against Shady side, so a free kick for Will Andrews on the far side with the right foot, one of the captains. Will bend it. Oh, it almost stuck through near side. David did get it. Dom Ryder was there, and then Thelma David gets tied up with Owen Martins, and that is a foul against Quaker Valley. If you're Shady side, you're remembering last year for a couple of reasons. Number one, it was your first ever gold medal in boys soccer. And number two, it was a late goal by Wally Naveed that tied the game up at 2 and sent it into overtime. And Naveed actually won it for Shady Side Academy in double OT. So you need to remember that if you're Shady side. Quaker Valley, I'm sure, remembers that for a different reason because they were denied another gold medal. They're trying to win their second gold medal in 3 years. Shady side is trying to win their second gold medal in as many years. Foul against the Quakers. Gunnar Pipitone, 10 yards in. Just a little smidge more than that. We'll set it up on the left flank. Drives it hard with the right foot. Actually, Shergill got his back heel on it, and now Pipitone tries to fire it in, but he just sends it way up in the air. Farner trying to head it down. Good job to put that into space. That's a good idea. But it was a little too far for Ivanov. But they being Shady side, retain possession. Naveed has made several good plays here in the second half. You can see the sun shining here on Highmark Stadium. The shadows, kind of sun splashed now in the afternoon. Sometimes picturesque fall day, a big foul. Andrews collides with Owen Martins, and Owen Martins is going to get a card.
He got that leg extended. There it is. I've been waiting for the chance.
Getting serenaded with the "You Can't Do That" chant from Quaker Valley. Our first card of the game comes in the 61st minute of play. Now approaching with the left-footed free kick, Antonio Brown got it up there. David has been evident here in the second half. That's a good play by Zach Conti to come out and clear it away. Lang and Diggins, they were the first pair of substitutions to come in for the Quakers in the first half. They'll come in here in the second half as the pattern for Andrew Marshall continues. It'll be a far side throw for Shady Side Academy. Fritz Ryder got it into Pierce Diggins near the penalty spot, but he missed the net. Goal kick for Zach Conti in the orange, white, and black. The white shorts for Shady Side Academy. Nice colored kit, brightly colored kit. Ball's pushed up ahead. Langniece is going to come out near side. It's out of the box, so can't play it. He gave it away. He's out, and it's chipped wide. Oh, man, opportunity down the near side for Shady Side Academy's George Groon. Was it Groon or was it Farner? How about neither, Bob? How about Nick Lauer? And you could hear the bench down in front of us, Shady Side's bench, telling Lauer that Langniece was out of his crease and to put it on the net. And he put it towards the net and it didn't work out, though, for Shady Side Academy.
The aggressive play from Langniece almost came back and hurt Quaker Valley that time.
Near side throw for Ivanov for Shady Side Academy. The ball was in traffic.
Shady Side's bench wanted a penalty there.
Comes into a counter for the Quakers. They can't get through midfield. They do work it forward, however, to Diggins, and he goes back to his defense. It's going to be a handball, and it is against the Quakers. Now we're going to get a stern tongue lashing for Quaker Valley as they slid that ball back. So kind of a delay a game warning. Referee saying, I've seen it. Don't let it happen again or it's going to result in a card. So the Quakers have been forewarned. Only card of the game against Owen Martins here in the second half of Shady Side Academy. Ball on the near side of the box. Coming out of his own zone is Lang. He can't clear though. Played back by Shady Side. They try a give and go. Working Lauer. They fall down. Coach Ellsworth likes the effort, and the foul was actually called against Nick Lauer, but good work by the senior midfielder. Ball was played forward off the head of Dom Ryder. He's got the game's only goal. The Quakers trying to make that the game winner. That's we're in the 64th minute of play, ticking through that.
Sun's finally here.
Indians down the near side, working on the right side. Chipped out of bounds by the Quakers, so a throw for Shady Side Academy. That'll be Sam Farner on the near touchline to Brother Max. Ball is into space. Who's going to get it? Will Andrews. Long through ball. Trying to get up ahead to Dom Ryder. One thing I noticed about Zach Conti, man,
he was well out of the penalty area.
He's pretty active, yeah. He's way out there, and he's been up and down, side to side a lot. Here comes Dom Ryder. Stepping over. Stops at the near corner. Plays it back out. Andrews, right-footed cross. A pretty good strike from 25 for Will Andrews, but over top the bar it went. Now Shady Side, you're getting to the point where you may eventually have to take a chance or two, an extra chance or two, trailing 1-0 since the game's first minute. Shady Side back in their own zone. They'll play it back, and Grun will push it forward. Trying to chest it forward with a spiker, and it does work its way over on the near side to Nick Lauer. Lauer pushes it ahead. Comes right back to Lauer. Oh, it just took a hop on him, or he would have had an opportunity to reorganize. It'll be a near side throw for the Indians, and Lev Ivanov. His throw is knocked away by the Quakers, and they'll move him forward about 10 more yards. And now they'll move him forward 10 more yards. That's the way you work it. That's the way you matriculate forward. Ball comes out to Ryder. Dom Ryder to Pierce Diggins. Andrews, his through ball. Can Ryder track it down on the near sideline? Saves it. Touches it into space, but well defended by Gunnar Pipitone. And Shady Side gets a throw in their own zone. Ball's played in. We get a whistle before that. It's going to be an opportunity for Shady Side in their own zone as Caleb Massey will get set to check in for Shady Side Academy. Trailing 1-0. Trying to mount a comeback here in an effort to win their second consecutive WPIAL championship. Here comes Naveed, who has created nicely to Lauer. Chips it forward. Farner pushing his way in, and the bounce. Farner was there. Guild was there. Lagnice was there. Lagnice wins.
Had to get up there to make it. 2 on the save.
Guild did a good job, too, to defend off Farner and allow Lagnice to kind of get a cleaner shot at that. Ball is chipped out into the Quaker Valley student section. Fernandez and David are in for the Quakers. Ball was headed away, chested down. That ended up with a tricky shot. Fritz Reiter, he didn't know if he was going to get that through, and he didn't want to extend the foot, get called for a dangerous play, and he kind of sort of half volleyed that to the net. And Conti had to be sharp on the bounce, which he was. So it remains 1-0. Through midfield, Spiker. They continuously try to get. It's hard not to notice the height of Max Farner at the front of that opportunity. Farner steps in, Naveed as well. Ball pushed forward, blocked though. Well played defensively by Fritz Reiter for the Quakers as they organize the Dom Reiter. His pass far side won't make it. Intercepted by Beckford. Here comes the counter for Shady side. Well played. Good step in by Carver to force it up the other way for the Quakers. And here comes Frankie Fernandez dribbling. He could stop, but he comes back. He was going right, and he quickly stopped and came back left. Then he's knocked down, and the ball was knocked out of bounds off of Shady Side Academy, so it'll be a near side throw for Quaker Valley. Again, with a 1-goal lead late, you take the 3 to 5, 7 seconds on those throw. It comes in towards the crease, headed away by Beckford, the senior. Now chipped up and moved forward. Nice play defensively by Ullman. That was Farner back in his own zone, playing D for the Indians. Just looking for that one opportunity to tie this match up if you're Shady Side Academy. Naveed pushes a long through ball, trying to find Max Farner, and they can't get it there. Here come the Quakers down the near side with speed. Dom Reiter. He tried to slide it in forward. He did push it forward, but the Indians clear. Now dribbling at midfield. Quaker Valley on the near side. It's Reiter. Reiter gets it back to, I believe that is Andrews. Yeah, it is Will Andrews. And Andrews exchanges some pleasantries there. Ullman will check in, the junior midfielder, maybe to get some offense late as we're in the 72nd minute of play. Exclusive coverage of the WPIAL Soccer Championships, the 2A Soccer Championship here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Cal Dawson, I'm Bob Orquist. Quaker Valley trying to take home the gold medal for the second time in 3 years. Shady Side trying to battle back. They trailed early. They have since 57 seconds into this contest on the Dom Reiter goal. Indians are trying to win back-to-back championships. Quaker Valley, they could go back-to-back as far as state championships. They won the state title as runners-up from the WPIAL last year. This ball is deflected into the box. No foul is called, so Zach Conti will push it forward. Pretty good punt on the run by Conti to force that way up the field. Kenny Shergill tries to get the ball. Out it goes on the far side. It's going to be a Shady Side throw. So now these opportunities, if you're Shady Side, you need to be crisp. Trying to tie this contest up. we approach 7.5 minutes remaining. All played into midfield. The chip to the near side by Grun. Comes all the way towards the crease, and Lagnice is able to play that easily. Dom Lagnice, 21 starts. He's only allowed 12 goals on the season. His goals against average .57 and a 793 save percentage. Near side opportunity, chip save, Conti. Right at the arc, left-footed chip by Ryder. And to his left to make that save was Zach Conti. Conti has played well. Both keepers. David played well in the first half, even though he gave up the game's only goal. Step over, Naveed cross. It's going to result in a corner. Headed out over the end line by Kreibel. Near side corner for the Indians. 6.5 minutes left. They trail 1-0. Adrian Beckford heads there and says a quick prayer as he gets to the near corner. At the near flag to our right. He's going to set it up with the left foot. Beckford crosses. Beckford high. Bends loose. Cleared away by Shady side. Back towards Beckford. Pushes it back in. Headed wide of the near post. An opportunity on the continuation of the corner by Max Farner. And it just missed. There's the opportunity that you wanted off the corner, even though it didn't go in. You don't want to waste any opportunities. And that was an opportunity almost for Shady Side Academy to get the game tire. Here come the Quakers. Andrews, left-footed chip, bending. Played in the box. Grun missed it. Grun gets a second opportunity and then chips it up and out of harm's way. But it'll be a near side throw for the Quakers. As we're in the 76th minute of play. Quaker Valley trying to make the early goal stand up. That's a handball in the box, and it's not called. Now that would have been a PK opportunity and insurance for Quaker Valley. Let's see the replay.
Missed it.
Good slow-mo, crew. They thought. It's nice to have reinforcement with that. So it's a corner kick for Quaker Valley. They were right to be up in arms. Far side corner. Far flag for Toma David.
Given we have no dog in the fight, that would have just been a we'll leave this here moment.
Right.
Let you decide for yourself.
The cross. Dom Ryder tried to get there, defended. It'll be consecutive corners. Defended well by Martins. Well, sometimes you see it and you just want to make sure you saw it, and we did. And that would have been a big, especially if it ends up changing the game. Caught the outer, went through his hands. And it's cleared out of the box nicely by Shady Side Academy. Good recovery there by Allman. Because you're looking at an insurance goal on a penalty kick late in this game. So now Conti plays it near side, and every opportunity. I was wondering what Andrews was talking about. They put a sub in and they reset, and Bickford was still on the field. So technically you were looking at a too many men, even though he was just heading to the sideline to get a drink. He was still on the pitch. As we're into the 78th minute of play. Quaker Valley, did they want a timeout? You can hear the official telling Andrew Marshall, no.
I couldn't tell if they tried to get a sub on or what happened there. They had the whistle, and now it's going to be QV with a free kick.
Our subs are here, at least one of them. Paul Patera has made his way to Highmark Stadium. He and Lou Rude will have coverage of the Seneca Valley Peters Township Girls 4A Championship, Seneca Valley Norwin Boys 4A Championship.
Well, Quaker Valley will be content with doing what they were doing there, just keeping it in the corner with possession.
Right. You keep it 100 yards away from your goal, and you're taking times. That would have been offsides if that would have snuck through. It didn't. And you don't want the counter to happen. Grun was running over there, or Farner rather. Now a free kick for Shady side. With 1:45 left. Ball in midfield is Nick Lauer. Wally Naveed dribbling on the near sideline, crosses it in, bouncing and getting there. A little collision between Lagnice and the attacker, Lev Ivanov. Lagnice got there first, and Ivanov is down, injured in the crease to our right. Lagnice hasn't had to make any great saves, but he's been pretty effective. That's a good read, and he saw that, concentrated. The key there is he won that. He was clean on that catch.
Came out relatively aggressively, too, to try and make the play. And attacker for Shady side, Ivanov, a little bit shaken up on the collision with the goalkeeper Lagnice.
Fans, please remember no one is permitted on the field after the conclusion of the contest.
Ivanov shaking it off. He's going to have to come out. Now Shady side, they have to try to attack and get that one last opportunity late. Caleb Massey will come in late. Maybe the Quakers, you just want to keep it out of your own zone, and they'll do that with the goal kick as it's to midfield and push forward off the head of Toma David. Dom Ryder tries to get to Fernandez, goes back to the cage. Conti right foots it away for the Indians. Down to 1:10. Here come the Indians. They have one last push, one last chance to tie. Sam Farner on the left wing. Under a minute to go. Sam Farner is knocked down. Quakers foul. Shady side gets a direct kick late, and they are all sorts of urgent. Even Conti, yes. Conti is up there as the extra attacker, as every Shady side player is in the box. To the goal, and it's headed in! It is headed in! I believe it was Max Farner. Farner ties the game with 37 seconds to go. Do you believe it? There you see the cross. No, it wasn't Farner. I thought it was headed in. Still didn't see who that player was. Maybe Massey? I thought it was
might have been
Farner.
Beckford. It was 2-something.
So it might have been at Beckford then. Can you rerun that replay, please, Jess?
10, 9,
right here.
Yeah.
8,
No.
7, 6, 5.
It's a 10?
10.
3, 2.
Kenny Shergill. How about that? Shergill gets the goal. Ryder scored 57 seconds in. Kenny Shergill ties the game on a set piece with 37 seconds left. And after regulation, we're tied at 1 apiece. We're going to step away, back with the overtime. 2 15-minute overtimes coming your way. It's Golden Goal Next goal wins the championship. As Kenny Shergill tied the game up late for Shady Side Academy. It is 1-1 between the Quakers and the Indians. Back with the OT right after this. You're watching exclusive coverage of the 2018 WPIAL Boys Soccer Championships only here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Excella Health wants to know, how can we help you today? Can we help you find a doctor? Schedule a same-day appointment. Choose just the right service for your health concern? As your healthcare partner, Excella offers hundreds of primary care and specialty doctors, along with outpatient testing, rehab, and nationally recognized heart care, surgery, and orthopedics. To learn more, visit excellahealth.org or call 1-877-771-1234.
What can you expect at Seton Hill University?
An opportunity to transform the future.
A leader in innovative and mobile technology.
A personalized education tailored to your interests and your goals.
A welcoming community.
A big step up to your dream career.
As a nationally recognized Catholic liberal arts university, Seton Hill pushes your education, your abilities, and your career to a higher level. Seton Hill University. This way up for progress, possibility, and a brighter future.
Mr. Magic is Pittsburgh's premier car wash. We combine the latest technology, equipment, and detergents to give your car that showroom shine. Stop by any one of our 5 locations or visit us online at MrMagicCarWash.com.
People ask what drives me. It's the respect I have for my opponents, the trust I have in my teammates, a coach who treats me with dignity, and a university that has faith in me on and off the field. That's what keeps me focused, why I practice harder. Play my heart out. I play to win. I play for Carlo. Tell us your story using #WhatDriveYou.
Carlo University is a proud sponsor of the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
The National Aviary really is a really important staple for Pittsburgh and for the nation, being the nation's aviary and being an institution that works to save birds and protect their habitats.
Back at Highmark Stadium with Kyle Dawson, Bob Orquist, boys WPIAL 2A Soccer Championship. 80 minutes of regulation, not enough to decide this one. Quaker Valley and Shady Side Academy. Quakers the 1 seed, Shady Side the 11 seed are tied at 1 early and late. The story in this one, Kyle.
57 seconds in for Quaker Valley. The first goal and only goal for regulation for the Quakers comes in off the goalkeeper coming out and trying to make the play. It was Dom Ryder with the goal for Quaker Valley. Then the set piece with 37 seconds left, knocked in by Kenny Shergill to tie the game. The ensuing celebration for the Shady Side Academy Indians, and we are headed to golden goal overtime for the Class 2A title.
Now if you're wearing white and blue, you got to rein it in. And now if you're wearing white and black and white, you got to pick it back up.
Look, keep in mind, too, these are in the playoffs, as you mentioned, going to break. 2 15-minute periods as opposed to the regular season in high school soccer and the WPIAL and the PIAA where it's 2 10-minute periods. Right. 2 15s and golden goal applies. If we don't get the golden goal in 30 minutes of game time, then we will head to PKs.
2 years ago, it was a 1-goal victory for Quaker Valley over Shady Side Academy in the title game. Last year, it went to 2 overtimes before Wally Naveed scored the game winner. Who's the hero today?
Well, it also guarantees that we're going to have our 3rd consecutive matchup between these two that are 1-goal games and 1-goal finishes, because we're going to have a 2-1 final either way, whether it's golden goal or PKs for the Class 2A title. Rubber game goes to overtime. Wouldn't have it any other way, right?
The Quakers or the Indians trying to join Franklin Regional and Avonworth as boys champions. Earlier today, Freedom won. The girls won a championship. South Park and Oakland Catholic won girls' titles yesterday. Two titles to be decided after this one. So now we'll see how it plays out. Who becomes the hero? Highmark Stadium, site for the WPIAL Soccer Championships. Beautiful venue along the Monongahela River. Shady side gets the opening kickoff of OT. Next goal wins it, hence the golden goal. We go through 2 15s, then we head to a shootout with penalty kicks. There come the Quakers. Toma David stepping in to the left, still dribbling. Gets it back, returned, he's at the arc. And a good job by Pipitone to step up and clear for Shady Side Academy. Just harkening back on that game-tying goal too, Kyle. We always say, when will you see the sense of urgency? That was probably the most visible scene and sense of urgency we've seen. And I've seen at least. With Conti and everyone running up, and they played it in quickly, and it worked. Here come the Quakers. Far side, left side. The cross is blocked and cleared away by Naveed. Played down by Kreibel. Chipped forward by Quaker Valley, and it's Max Farner, who I thought had the goal. And he kind of shielded out Shergel, and then finally our replay was able to allow us to get that right. Kenny Shergel, by the way, his 11th goal of the year, and maybe none bigger, unless he gets number 12 in overtime. Again, these two schools both have qualified for the state playoffs. Here comes a throw on the far sideline for Shady Side Academy. Ball played back towards midfield for Spiker. Spiker pushes forward. Chip to the near side for Quaker Valley. And they'll retrieve in their own zone with Nolan Carver. Will Andrews in traffic in his own zone. That ball was forced into a turnover. Comes to Sam Farner. He turns, puts it into the box. Played out by the Quakers. It's a foul, a Shady Side foul. That'll give the Quakers a free kick in their own zone. Carver to Andrews to Carver. That is Kreibel. Andrews. Opposite side, Dom Ryder. Ryder, right flank. The cross, near post. Can't get there for Frankie Fernandez. Goal kick for Shady Side Academy. Zach Conti will set it up. There you go. Short goal kick to the near side to Groon. Naveed. He got it to Lauer, but his centering pass was intercepted. Now Lauer gets it back at midfield to Wally Naveed. Trying to drag with the right foot. Played forward, Lauer. Farner. To Farner. That was Max to Sam. Far side to Shergel, who has the goal for Shady Side. Step over at the left corner. Shergel to the far sideline. Just keeping it in space just enough. Slides it back. Beckford pushes. Beckford left foot's a chip. Deflects off of Shady. It was off a Quaker Valley defender. It's a corner kick for Shady Side. It was off of Carver. And the first good opportunity at OT comes via the corner for Shady Side Academy. Near flag to our right. Adrian Beckford will set it up. Beckford will approach with the left foot. There comes the motion. And here he comes. The cross to the near post. Chested down by the Quakers, and that never got through. And out comes Quaker Valley. Pipitone steps up and keeps it alive, but turns it over. Right onto the toe. Fritz Ryder. Now Dom Ryder has the goal on the far side. Right foots it forward. Conti's going to be there. Almost like he was calling for a fair catch to let his defenders know that he had it. He played it cleanly. We're in the 5th minute of the first 15 in the extra session. 85th minute of play, 1-1 between the Quakers and the Indians for the 3rd straight year. The rubber match, as Kyle has been calling it. It's Quaker Valley won 2 years ago. Shady Side Academy last year winning their first WPIAL Boys Soccer Championship. The cross, knocked down by Max Farner. He tries to retrieve, pushes forward. Lauer can't get there. The Shady Side was hoping to get a goal kick, but they had to play it out of bounds, so a near side throw for the Indians. And Lauer, Nick Lauer, Farner falls down. Shady Side is able to steal. Quaker Valley steals and clears. And they come through midfield with Will Andrews. Andrews drops it over. Fritz Ryder turns to the far side. They try to save it over there. Good hustle by Lipton. They can't do it. Midfield throw for Shergold. Shergold leaves it there for Beckford. Chipped high in the air off the right foot of Thomas Guild. Headed right back in for Shady Side. Here they come on the attack. Wally Naveed. Naveed dribbling. Naveed firing from distance. Lagnice goes up the ladder. Just one rung, but he made the save. No shot is a bad shot. Except for maybe that one, because I think Naveed is cramped. He calls for Farner to stretch out the right calf. Trying to surprise Dom Lagnice from distance. Now they're working on the right leg of Wally Naveed with 8:41 remaining in this first OT. We'll go 15 if no one scores. We'll take a 2-minute break and then go 15 if no one scores again. Then we head to penalty kicks in the shootout. And Naveed limping a little bit, and we're in a 1-1 game in the championship in overtime. That's your leading goal scorer. You don't want him to be out of the lineup that long. There he is, the captain, one of the captains for Shady Side Academy. He's running off at the end. So it would look like that Wally Naveed will check back in. Lagnice, the goal kick. Plays it towards midfield. Fritz Ryder. Dom Ryder. Step over. Works right. Leaves right. At the far corner. They come towards the middle of the field. Drop it back. Open. Fritz Ryder dribbling. Goes back opposite side. Chip towards the box. Deflected. Conti comes out. Fernandez was there sniffing around to try to pick up a loose ball, but Conti played it well. And he lets the Quaker Valley fans know that he had it under control. A little bit of a wave. There's the opportunity. Deflected off his own man. There you see Fernandez sniffing around at the near post through ball. Lagnice is going to get there first before Jack Naughton. Naughton is checked in after Naveed had to leave with that cramp after that distance shot. Ball on the near side. Player falls down. Mertens, who had the call, or had the card earlier, gets up. Andrews physical. Still physical. Andrews and Ullman were tied up. Ball at midfield for Quaker Valley's Carver. Nolan Carver up ahead. Frankie Fernandez. Left side. Into space. Still moving forward to the left goal line, trying to cross it. He does, but he ran out of room, and that was pretty well defended by Groon. That's going to be a corner kick. So that's one of the results you wanted if you're Quaker Valley and Frankie Fernandez. Near side flag to our left. Fernandez will key it in with the left foot. There's the cross. Conte is out. It's loose. Comes out to the 18. Chipped back in. It's the bar, but the whistle way before that shot as two players are prone. I believe it's Groon potentially for Shady Side Academy. Can't tell you who the Quaker Valley player is. But those two obviously were going up for the ball. It is Groon. Very important, obviously, in this overtime. All these set pieces. I'm not sure if they collided.
Let's take a look. Looks like we might have got head-to-head contact.
That's Guild for Quaker Valley. And Groon's going to be helped off.
Yeah, Groon could barely walk as he was coming even up with a little bit of help. They're going to have to put him back onto the ground to get checked out.
So now we got with the ambulance. That's what they're calling for. So scary moment there. Head-to-head contact.
Valley's Guild.
You made the call. They were going for that 50-50 ball in the near side corner on the cross. And we had head-to-head contact, which happens on those air balls. Both Groon and Guild are sitting up, but both are the worst for the wear. Groon tried to get up, and they tried to help him off, and he was really wobbly. And as it should be the focus with all the head trauma and concussions, you need to be safe here. Now they're going to try to help Guild up. And he's on his feet. He's a little steadier than Groon, but I doubt if we would see Guild back in the game. Now the stretcher heading up with the bag and the medical personnel heading up to check on George Groon, the junior defender. Just over 6.5 minutes to go in this first overtime after a corner kick, a collision between Guild and Groon on an air ball, forcing a stoppage. Guild has been helped off, and now the medical personnel are out there attending to Groon. And you see Shady Side, they're concerned for their teammates trying to stay warm. Groon actually got up, but again, it was the better decision to sit him right back down as they tried to take him off the field.
Was wobbly coming up. You can definitely tell that there was head contact on the replay we showed you, and then the obvious concern is with the concussion and the head injury, the trauma suffered there, and they sit him right back down.
We'll assume that his parents right there in the shot have come out on the field to check on his status. They're going to put George Groon onto the stretcher. I think it can not be too safe, to be on this as you should be. Again, moving, which is a good sign, but you want to take all precautions you can with head injuries.
I think definitely a good sign that he was able to stand up on his own and get onto the stretcher.
Ed Ellsworth sprinted out to check on Groon, as he's going to be taken off on a stretcher. And again, he's got movement everywhere, but that's a good sign. But you can definitely tell he is in some obvious pain after that collision. So we'll have to reset after that. 1-1 between Quaker Valley and Shady Side Academy in the WPIAL Boys 2A Championship. Dom Ryder scored 57 seconds in for Quaker Valley. Kenny Shergill scored with 37 seconds left in regulation for Shady Side Academy. And we're in the first overtime. And now, if you're Shady Side Academy, your concern is for Groon as a person, but formatically, your concern is Groon is one of your stalwarts in the back line. So now you got to replace him.
You also, these types of injuries that happen in sports, whether at this level, the youth level, or the professional level, you always wonder how the switch is flipped back to this is the first overtime and golden goal situation for a WPIAL championship.
Your teammate and your friend and your classmate as well. And, your concern is for him, but you're right. You got to refocus. And we are back to play in this first overtime. Ball was out of bounds off of Lauer. So a near side throw in the near touch line for Carver. Carver to Kreibel. To Carver. In the space, Andrews turns. Near side, Fernandez works left wing. Back to Carver. The cross. Ryder deflects. Trying to find Toma David. Cleared away by Beckford. Far side throw for David Lipton for the Quakers. Quaker Valley dribbling. It's David to the middle of the field. It works over to Will Andrews. He got space. Right-footed chip. Out comes Conti. They collide, and Conti and Dom Ryder. Conti makes the play and then picks up the loose ball.
I'll tell you what, Conti has played an awesome second half into the overtime. He's been somewhat aggressive for the most part. You see him come out of the 6-yard box here to make the save.
Ball was up in the air, forced forward on the near sideline for Allman for Shady Side Academy. Defended, though, by Carver. Carver turns, and it goes out of bounds off of Allman. So Quaker Valley a throw in their own zone. 10 minutes in to this first overtime. Quakers push forward. Pipitone will play for the Indians. Kreibel to Toma David. David's through ball, trying to find Ryder. Well read by Beckford over there on the far side. Out of bounds it goes. Quick entry. Here comes Toma David, I believe it is. trying to work in. Actually, it was Fritz Reiter. It's a corner kick for Quaker Valley. So a good reset on a throw-in. And now it's a far side corner at the far flag for Quaker Valley's Toma David, the senior midfielder. We had that near side corner, which resulted in the injuries to Groon and Guild. Here comes the cross. Conti reads it. It's off his hand. It's loose. And he comes back and recovers. There comes the counter. Wally Navid, after that cramp, has re-entered. Played out of bounds near midfield. I love Ed Ellsworth just doing that. He's very encouraging to his players, and he came up and kind of gave Navid a little hug, and he's very appreciative of their efforts. Like that from a coach. Throw in, deflected forward to Navid. Chests, back heels to Sam Farner. Stolen by Andrews. Fritz Reiter up ahead. Dom Reiter goes opposite side into space. That's Toma David. 30 yards out. Right-footed cross to the near side. Deflects up. Conti is there. As they try to find Fernandez, it found his foot. But it was an easy stop for Zach Conti. Ball played through midfield by Shady Side Academy. Quaker Valley is going to go back. They were trying to wait. The defender, Colm Lang, was trying to see if he could result in a goal kick, but he did a good job, and they keep it in on the far side. As we're down to 2:45 remaining in the first overtime. Next goal wins it. Toma David at midfield. Resetting. And that's a turnover to Massey. Oh, Massey had Farner. And they try to work an opportunity on a through ball on potential breakaway. Back the other way, Carver. Pipitone knocks it down with his head. Spiker. Back to Beckford. Adrian Beckford to Farner. Off of his toe and a steal. Here comes Fritz Reiter. Long ball for Dom Reiter. That's too far. And into the hands of Zach Conti it goes. Conti in the midfield. A Quaker Valley foul is called. And a free kick in their own zone forthcoming for Shady Side Academy. It'll be Gunnar Pipitone to set it up. With 1:20 on the clock. That's plenty of time if you're Shady Side. They tie the game with 37 seconds left. Long ball from Pipitone went on to the net. Langniece played for Quaker Valley, and here come the Quakers to David. He can't get through cleanly. Shergel to Navid. Steps over, trying to organize on the far side of the field with under a minute to go in this first OT. Up ahead to Max Farner. It comes into the box. It's played by Langniece. Quick throw to the near side. Here comes Carver. Carver up the left wing. Bends it towards the box. Play it away. It's Sam Farner. Up ahead to Max, but he'll have to go back into his own zone. He'll play it near side. Lauer's pass for Navid is off the mark. 25 seconds. Do the Quakers have a last burst in him here in the first overtime? They're going to move the player back. Guild. He'll throw it in with 15 seconds. Up ahead for David. Gets a step on Lauer. David dribbling in left side. He's open. Lauer's on him. Still trying to go. Can't split the triple team. He's knocked down as the final seconds of the first overtime tick away. So scoreless through 15. We'll take a break. Back with the second overtime right after this. Boys 2A championship. Shady Side Academy, Quaker Valley tied at 1. You're watching exclusive coverage of the 2018 WPIAL Boys Soccer Championships only here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Mr. Magic is Pittsburgh's premier car wash. We combine the latest technology, equipment, and detergents to give your car that showroom shine. Stop by any one of our 5 locations or visit us online at MrMagicCarWash.com.
What can you expect at Seton Hill University?
An opportunity to transform the future.
A leader in innovative and mobile technology.
A personalized education tailored for your interests and your goals.
A welcoming community.
A big step up to your dream career.
As a nationally recognized Catholic liberal arts university, Seton Hill pushes your education, your abilities, and your career to a higher level. Seton Hill University. This way up for progress, possibility, and a brighter future.
Visit and shop at 380 Discount Warehouse, Western Pennsylvania's original discount warehouse where everything's under one roof. Auto and truck parts, accessories, maintenance, and cleaning supplies. Hand tools, power tools, and air tools. Lawn and garden, tools, supplies, seeds, and plants. Pet and wildlife supplies and food. Seasonal and holiday decorations. Bulk goods such as nuts and bolts, chains and rope, seeds, and candy. And don't forget our huge selection of furniture. On the web at shop380.com, on the road on Route 380 in Marysville.
Trib Live has a little something for everyone. Sports from high school to the pros. News from across the street and around the world. Arts and entertainment. Lifestyles. Opinion. Weather. Photo galleries. Video. You can even find your next job, house, and car. So look alive, Pittsburgh, and get the news you want and information you need all in one place. TribLive.com. TribLive.com. News and more 24/7.
High school is a time for that kind of exploration. In our global society, arts areas are able to come together in new ways and create new kinds of art. We really encourage that kind of collaboration.
Back live at Highmark Stadium, start of the second overtime. Quaker Valley gets an opportunity with a drive from about 25 off the right toe of Toma David. That was stopped by Conti after the opening kickoff of the second overtime. With Kyle Dawson, Bob Orquist, Jess Levo, our director, Ty Lesko, and Megan Masiosi on the cameras. The golden goal is next. We went through the first 15 minutes of overtime. Dom Ryder early for Quaker Valley. Kenny Shergill late for Shady Side Academy. Your goal scorers in this one. Here come the Indians. There's Shergill, who got the tire, trying to work through midfield. He has to retreat. Pushed forward by Sam Farner. Up to Max. To Naveed. Comes left, steps over right, leaves it there. Farner drives way wide, though. Not a bad opportunity from 25 for Sam Farner, but he missed the far post. Just trying to put any ball you can towards the net. Either of these teams trying to win their second championship in the span of 3 years. Quaker Valley won in 2016 over Shady Side Academy. Shady Side Academy returned the favor last year, winning their first ever championship. There was Dom Ryder spinning into space on the near sideline, tries to get David and Shergill back in his own zone, makes the defensive play. Farner. And Farner. And it was Sam Farner who was fouled. So Shady Side gets a free kick. 35 yards out. It's Pipitone. He will set it up on the set piece. Everything gets magnified here in the second OT. Pipitone approaches with the right foot, the cross. Comes out, whistle. And the whistle blown against Shady Side Academy gives Quaker Valley's Dom Lagnese a chance to get the free kick up towards midfield. Here comes Shady Side right back on the attack. Quaker Valley, those. Carver, he wins the ball. Up ahead to Dom Ryder. Ryder back in midfield. They'll work it near side to Lipton. Lipton on the near side. The ball headed out of bounds off of Spiker. And they'll throw for Toma David. They go short throw. David trying to dribble through traffic. Left it there for Fritz Ryder. Now David and Navid collide. It's played to midfield to Max Farner. Farner goes opposite side for Shady Side Academy. To Sean Bennett. We didn't see Bennett play very much, if at all, during regulation. He's out there with his bright orange spikes. Is he the unlikely hero? He's a freshman. He has not scored at all this year. Ball was thrown in. Sam Farner. Max Farner. Trying to go back to his brother. It was too far. Pipitone keeps it alive. Steal by the Quakers. Here they come on the near sideline. Pipitone denies the counter. And we're going to throw in on the near sideline by David Lipton. Lipton forward to Fritz Ryder. Fritz Ryder, the cross. It's there. It's headed. Saved by Conti. Andrews got there. He headed it. And Conti, it was funny, swimming towards that far post, Kyle. And normally you go to your right and make the save with the right hand. He made it with his left hand. He's been a story in this game for Shady Side. He's played well since entering in the second half. Near side, David. Steps to the middle of the field, lays it over there for Kreibel. Kreibel loses. Andrews steals it back for the Quakers. Andrews goes back to his defense. There's Lipton. Toma David. On the right side, the cross is blocked this time. Bouncing over the end line, goal kick, or corner kick, excuse me, was deflected by Farner near flag to our right. It will be Toma David for the Quakers. And here we go. David approaches the right-footed cross. Conti reads. Conti backpedals, and Conti has that ball secured. Far side, out of bounds it goes. We're 5.5 minutes into the second OT. If no one scores, we head to the shootout and penalty kicks to decide the champion. Ball was played forward too far for Dom Ryder. And Beckford just watches it go out of bounds, making sure that David wouldn't get there. So Beckford gets a throw in his own zone. He's been pretty solid in the back line for Shady Side today. Quakers is headed down by Lipton, but he lost it to Navid, who stays in bounds. Wally Navid trying to cut in. Lipton denies. It'll be a throw, though, for Shergill. Now Shergill's going to leave it there for Beckford. The Shady Side will check in Juan Kang. They're going to move Beckford back a little bit to Pipitone. Pipitone just plays it out of bounds. So the Quakers will get a throw in their own zone. For Lipton. It's a turnover. And then they turn it right back over. And organizing in his own zone is Fritz Ryder, but that was intercepted. And here come the Indians. Wally Navid, the cross, has a man going to the goal, deflected. And that was the man off the bench, Juan Kang, to the near post. Didn't get all of it. That allowed Lang Nice to come to his right and make that save. Andrews, through ball. Too far ahead for Toma David, played by Zach Conti. Shady Side at midfield. We are halfway through the second OT. 1-1 the score remains. the golden goal. Who gets it? Too high for Farner. Over top of Max Farner. That allows Quaker Valley to push forward. David up in the air. David gets it back. Toma David near side to Fritz Reiter. Out of bounds off of Beckford. No, they say he was trying to win that ball. They're going to move him back. That's what it is. That's why the whistle. So it is a Shady side throw. And that's 20 yards difference, so you like that if you're Quaker Valley. Kreibel heads it forward. That was Fernandez. And the steal. Andrews knocks a player down. And a whistle and a foul called against Andrews. One thing we know for sure is even though he scores in OT or in the shootout, Frankie Fernandez will not have 2 goals in this playoff game. He's had 2 goals in each of the first 3 rounds for Quaker Valley. After the Andrews foul, it'll be Pipitone to reset up ahead. Farner and Kang are there. It's going to be Lagnice, Dom Lagnice to play in the box. Comes to the middle of the field, directs traffic. He's going to punt it up. No, he's actually going to move it forward. First time we've seen this. He'll put a strong right foot up to Reiter. Dom Reiter gets it back. Toma David, the cross. Andrews chests it down. Conti comes out. It's still loose and a whistle. As Conti and Andrews collided. You can hear them. And Conti's okay, and he's going to slap hands with Andrews. You can hear the fans yelling to give him a card. That's going to be another foul on Will Andrews. That's good sportsmanship right there. Here you see the replay. David cross-chested forward. Look, that's quite certain the dangerous play with the foot in the air for Will Andrews. Here comes Quaker Valley in their own zone. Carver, Kreibel. Slides near side. That's David for Dom Reiter. Out of bounds, it's played by Pipitone. Quick throw. David, Reiter. Tries to go back to David. Cleared away. Crossed over. Fernandez trying to track it down. Left side. Pops it up in the air. Cleared away by Sam Farner at the PK spot. Long drive from distance. That's well struck from 30. Off the left foot of Nolan Carver, but the save is made at the back post by Zach Conti. Off the center circle, it's going to come to Andrews. Andrews will set it up far side of Fernandez. And now back it comes with a long right-footed cross to the arc. Dom Reiter scored the game's first goal, trying to sneak through there 1-on-3, and he couldn't do it. Beckford marked him, and Conti wins the ball for Shady Side Academy. I think that Shergill just fell down on his own. Kind of got his own feet tangled up. It allows a counter into space. Fritz Reiter, the cross. Headed to the goal, stopped by Conti. On the header attempt for the game winner by Frankie Fernandez.
Here you go. Check it out. This is an awesome save on an awesome opportunity. It just, unfortunately for Quaker Valley, headed right at Conti, and he was able to make the quick adjustment with his hands and catch it by his face.
The adjustment he made was before that, I think, Kyle, where he saw that he was going to get that in the air, and he looked out to see where Fernandez was, and he got right into the perfect space to make that save. As we approach 3 minutes remaining in the second OT. Shady Side and Quaker Valley still tied at 1. Wally Naveed at midfield trying to beat a double team. Comes to the near side of Shergill. Back across to Max Farner. Back near side. Naveed, can he get it? He's tripped in the box. Nope. No whistle. Then we go the other way. Quakers through midfield. That's Carver. Left side, Fernandez. David, and it's going to come back to Kreibel. to Carver. Carver will go back to his defense. And they'll reorganize. And the Quakers will lose it, played away by Owen Martins. Wally Naveed, right side. Working one-on-one with Kreibel. Naveed loses Kreibel. The cross. Lagnese comes out, though, and made that. Actually ran into his own teammate Lipton, but he made that save. And now it's played right back in, though. Beckford, that was a little too hard for Max Farner, who recovers. Here comes a steal. And a foul against Shady Side Academy. Colm Lang earns a free kick for Quaker Valley in his own zone. Up the near side it comes. Dom Ryder into space. Toma David, the race with Conti, and Conti just came out the shield, and it's a goal kick for Shady Side Academy with 90 seconds to go in the second OT. Shady Side in their own zone. It's Massey. As we approach 1 minute remaining in the second OT, 29th minute of extra play, 30th minute now. Fritz Ryder can't make it happen. Shady Side near side to Shergill. He's got the game tire for the Indians in the final minute of regulation. Massey, his through ball was intercepted by Carver. And now Kreibel with 35 seconds. Quaker Valley at midfield might be headed to the PK shootout. Played forward. Fritz Ryder to Dom Ryder. Ryder tracking it down the near flag. Will turn and center. Deflected away by Massey. Steal and blocked. Andrews drove it. Another shot. Stopped by Conti. First block was made by Spiker. The second shot stopped by Conti. As we head through 30 minutes of extra time, we remain tied at 1-1. We head to shootout for the gold medal. Quaker Valley, Shady Side Academy tied at 1. You're watching the WPIAL Boys 2A Soccer Championships. Exclusive coverage is right here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Mr. Magic is Pittsburgh's premier car wash. We combine the latest technology, equipment, and detergents to give your car that showroom shine. Stop by any one of our 5 locations or visit us online at MrMagicCarWash.com.
What can you expect at Seton Hill University?
An opportunity to transform the future.
A leader in innovative and mobile technology.
Personalized education tailored for your interests and your goals.
A welcoming community.
A big step up to your dream career.
As a nationally recognized Catholic liberal arts university, Seton Hill pushes your education, your abilities, and your career to a higher level. Seton Hill University. This way up for progress, possibility, and a brighter future.
Visit and shop at 380 Discount Warehouse, Western Pennsylvania's original discount warehouse where everything's under one roof. Auto and truck parts, accessories, maintenance, and cleaning supplies. Hand tools, power tools, and air tools. Lawn and garden, tools, supplies, seeds, and plants. Pet and wildlife supplies and food. Seasonal and holiday decorations. Bulk goods such as nuts and bolts, chains and rope, seeds, and candy. And don't forget our huge selection of furniture. On the web at shop380.com. On the road on Route 380 in Marysville.
Trib Live has a little something for everyone. Sports from high school to the pros. News from across the street and around the world. Arts and entertainment. Lifestyles, opinion, weather, photo galleries, video. You can even find your next job, house, and car. So look alive, Pittsburgh, and get the news you want and information you need all in one place. TribLive.com. TribLive.com. News and more 24/7.
High school is a time for that kind of exploration. In our global society, arts areas are able to come together in new ways and create new kinds of art. We really encourage that kind of collaboration.
Welcome you back to Highmark Stadium. Bob Workwith, Kyle Dawson. We go to the shootout. WPIAL Boys 2A Soccer Championship tied at 1 between Shady Side and Quaker Valley. There you see some of the shooters for Shady Side. Max Farner, Sam Farner, Wally Navid, Pipitone, and Shergel. I saw Dom Ryder out there for Quaker Valley. Fritz Ryder, Andrews, David. And who's the player I'm missing for Quaker Valley? The goaltenders will be Lagnice, and it won't be Conti as Bruce David has come back out.
Yeah, the bigger body. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but that's interesting, too, because he hasn't been in game action. He hasn't seen a shot since the first half. Interested to see the decision there.
Frankie Fernandez was the player I'd missed for Quaker Valley.
So that Shady Side to kick first.
Those are the 5 shooters. Should we go through that? It'll be the goal to our left. And the initial PK in the overtime shootout will be taken by the freshman Sam Farner. There's the whistle, the approach, the drive, and the goal. Farner puts Shady Side Academy up 1-0 in the shootout. It'll be Toma David to try to answer for Quaker Valley. And Bruce David, who hasn't seen action through 40 minutes plus 30 minutes of overtime, 40 minutes of regulation, is back in there. He's bouncing at the line to the right. Toma David, there's the whistle. Ball on the spot. David approaches with the right foot. Save! Stopped! Diving to the right by Bruce David. Well, that's a way to reintroduce yourself into the contest. There you see David acting right, diving right, and making the save. It'll be Max Farner trying to answer brother Sam with the goal for Shady Side Academy. They lead 1-0 in the shootout. At the penalty spot to our right, the senior Max Farner approaches, drives, and scores with the right foot. 2-0 Shady Side in the shootout. It will be Will Andrews, one of the captains for Quaker Valley, to try to get the first goal in the shootout for the Quakers. At the spot to our right, Ed Ellsworth can't watch. There's the whistle. Andrews approaches with the right foot, fires, save again! Bruce David, do you believe it? First one to the right, this one to the left. And now it's huge for Shady Side Academy. Trailing 2-0. Gunnar Pipitone. Pipitone, the sophomore defender. Ball at the PK spot to the right. Against Lagnice, approaches, drives it home!
Night on the line now for Quaker Valley. Has to be 3 scores and 2 stops from here to at least have a chance to send it extras.
Frankie Fernandez. If he fails, it's over. Fernandez has scored twice in each playoff game. None today. The junior forward has it set up to our right with David on the line. Fernandez slowly approaches, left-footed drive. Saved by David, and David wins the championship. for Shady Side Academy in the shootout. Bruce David stops all 3 attempts in the shootout. And Shady Side Academy goes back-to-back 2-1 in the shootout over Quaker Valley. Thank you to the sophomore keeper, Bruce David, the hero for the Indians. We're going to take our final break and back to recap this one as Shady Side Academy wins back-to-back 2A WPIAL Boys Soccer Championships. This one in a shootout. We've been watching exclusive coverage of the 2018 Boys Soccer Championships. It's only here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Excella Health wants to know, how can we help you today? Can we help you find a doctor? Schedule a same-day appointment. Choose just the right service for your health concern? As your healthcare partner, Excella offers hundreds of primary care and specialty doctors, along with outpatient testing, rehab, and nationally recognized heart care, surgery, and orthopedics. To learn more, visit excellahealth.org or call 1-877-771-1234.
What can you expect at Seton Hill University?
An opportunity to transform the future.
A leader in innovative and mobile technology.
A personalized education tailored to your interests and your goals.
A welcoming community.
A big step up to your dream career.
As a nationally recognized Catholic liberal arts university, Seton Hill pushes your education, your abilities, and your career to a higher level. Seton Hill University. This way up for progress, possibility, and a brighter future.
Mr. Magic is Pittsburgh's premier car wash. We combine the latest technology, equipment, and detergents to give your car that showroom shine. Stop by any one of our 5 locations or visit us online at MrMagicCarWash.com.
People ask what drives me. It's the respect I have for my opponents, the trust I have in my teammates, a coach who treats me with dignity, and a university that has faith in me on and off the field. That's what keeps me focused, why I practice harder. Play my heart out. I play to win. I play for Carlo. Tell us your story using #WhatDriveYou.
Carlo University is a proud sponsor of the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
The National Aviary really is a really important staple for Pittsburgh and for the nation, being the nation's aviary and being an institution that works to save birds and protect their habitats.
Back at Highmark Stadium one final time with Kyle Dawson, Bob Orquist. The WPIAL Boys 2A Soccer Championship goes to penalty kicks in the shootout. And for the second straight year, Shady Side Academy are the champions. They win 2-1 over Quaker Valley. Well, they waited long enough to tie this game up, Kyle, but they did late. And then we went through 30 minutes of extra time. We couldn't settle it. And then the drama came in the shootout. And it really was no drama. Thanks to Bruce David.
Yeah, he was awesome in that shootout. We only had 2 goals during regulation, one with 57 seconds into the game, 137 seconds left in regulation in the second half, and then both goals send us to overtime, nothing doing there. Here's the first goal by Quaker Valley, scored with 57 seconds in. Dom Ryder had it. And then with all desperation attempts, including the goalkeeper Conti down there for Shady Side Academy, they get the second goal there and tie it with 37 seconds left. No goals in overtime, no golden goal. Bruce David, the hero today, coming back in after not playing the entire second half and making all 3 saves after Shady Side Academy scored on its 3 penalty kicks. Sam Farner, Max Farner, and Gunnar Pipitone. And the Shady Side Academy Indians go back-to-back, and Bruce David, 3 spectacular saves in PKs.
Stops Toma David, Will Andrews, and Frankie Fernandez. And the hero turns out to be Bruce David. And the keeper, normally you don't get to see that in a shootout, but 3 saves for the sophomore. And for the second year in a row, Shadyside Academy wins the WPIAL championship. The Indians 12-6-1. They finish with back-to-back gold medals. And they defeat Quaker Valley, who ends the regular season and the championships at 18-4. Their 18-game winning streak is over. The state playoffs set up as such. Deer Lakes, they won the consolation game. They will play Fairview. Quaker Valley is the second finisher out of the WPIAL. They will play Westmont Hilltop, the district champions from District 6. Shadyside Academy gets Bedford. Bedford won their championship on PKs as well over Somerset. Those games to take place on Tuesday. That was really enjoyable. 2 more left. Paul Patera, Lou Reuter here for Seneca Valley and Peters Township girls, Seneca Valley and Norwin boys. For our crew, Jess Levo, Ty Lesko, Megan Masiosi. Great job for my partner, Kyle Dawson. Thank you so much for watching. Your final score in the overtime shootout, Shadyside Academy 2, Quaker Valley 1. Bob Work was saying thank you for watching exclusive coverage of the 2018 WPIAL Boys Soccer Championships. You saw it right here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.